Now, on today's episode of Beer and Watches, I am not only reviewing this beautiful Swiss chronograph watch, but I'm starting a contest to give it away. And all you have to do to enter is watch this video. Time's a ticking. Let's get stuck in. Hey guys, Matt Johnson here. I'm your host of my YouTube channel, Beer and Watches, where every Friday I review a watch and also drink a beer. So on today's episode, we're not only reviewing the watch inside this case, but I'm also starting a contest to give it away. This is a beautiful chronograph Swiss-made watch from the folks over at Sicily Watches. You can win it by watching this video. Today is Friday the 26th of March. All you have to do is enter when you see this video, and then the winner will be announced on Friday the 9th of April. First of all, you have to subscribe to this channel. You must be subscribed to enter my contests. And secondly, you have to count how many times I say the word Sicily in this video. Now, I've already said it a bunch of times, so you might want to back the video up, watch it again, grab yourself a paper, a pen, and record how many times in the video I say Sicily. Once you've done that, all you do is leave a comment in the comment section below with the number of times that I said Sicily in this video. And that's it, you're entered. Now make sure you watch all the way to the end of the video, because I do have a habit of dropping an extra one in at the end. This video is going to be a close-up review of this watch. We're also going to crack this beer and give it a taste test. I just want to say a huge thank you to Joe, the owner of Sicily Watches, who not only sent me this one and is allowing me to give it away to one of you, but also sent me the Sicily Classico, which I did a review of and a giveaway of a couple of months ago here on my channel. That one was won. The winner loves the watch, and if you want to see that review video, I'll put a link in the description below this video where you can check it out. So all that being said, let's swing the camera around now. Let's do the review of the Sicily watch. Good luck to each and every single one of you, and make sure you check back on Friday, April 9th to find out who the winner is. Now, before we open up this box, if you want to check out the full lineup of watches, you can go to this website right here. It is sicilywatches.com. I'll also put that link in the description below this video. Now, this particular watch here is the Forza Chronograph. And what I can tell you about this watch is it comes in on their website at $369 US, which is about $460 Canadian, about 315 euros, or about 270 pounds. Now, first of all of the watches from Sicily come with a 2-year manufacturer's warranty. So let's take a look at what you get here for your money. A really handsome looking watch, very slim for a chronograph, very nice indeed. First of all, the case is a 316L stainless steel. It's got a high polish to most of the case, with a brushing up here on the lugs, on the top of the lugs, which I like because we've also got high polish to the bezel, and the high polish against that brushing really makes those lugs pop. We've also got stainless steel pushers here on the side, a stainless steel crown, and we also have stainless steel crown guards. Now, as for that crown, it is a push-pull crown, not a screw-down crown. It does have good teeth on there though. It's got a matte black insert to that bezel with the high polish aluminum markers on there as well. The bezel itself has 120 clicks, unidirectional, just rotates to the left. Now, the bezel is functional. It works, absolutely no problems. It's good and solid, barely any backplay. The teeth are quite well, they're not very deep, so it is a little more difficult to get a hold of. It's best to get a hold of at 12 and 6. Certainly works, absolutely not a problem. But again, I wish those teeth were a little bit more prominent, would just make it a little bit easier to turn. But certainly, as I say, functional, works well, and doesn't override the case. We've got a chronograph dial, and there's a lot going on this dial, so let's dive into it. I want you to take a close-up look at the back of that dial there with the wave design on there. Really reminds me of an Omega Seamaster. The hour and minute hands are kind of in a sword shape, as you can see, and there is loom on the hour and minute hands there. We've got a red chronograph hand with a baton style counterbalance on that hand, and I do like that red against that charcoal grey background. It really does stand out and pop. We've got applied loomed hour markers all the way around. Some of those are circular, some rectangular. We've also got a double hour marker at the 12 o'clock position. You know, I actually kind of like it. It's going to be something you either think is too busy or you love it because it's really interesting, and I personally think it's really interesting. We've got the Sicily logo at the 12 o'clock position, and then down here the words we always like to see. We've got the Swiss made, which is always really cool. We've got a date window at the 4 o'clock position, which is a white background with a really legible font on the black date there, and also around that we've got a silver frame. Now I actually think that is done really, really well. That white background against that charcoal dial really shows up well. One of my pet peeves is a date window that is very difficult to see. This one certainly isn't. You can read that date from afar, absolutely no problems, even at a glance. So I'm super impressed with that. You can see there the waves are really showing off. I love the dial on this watch. And then around the edge, we've got that minute track. At the 3 o'clock position, we've got the second dial. This is a sub-second dial. You can see the second hand ticking away there. Once it comes past the hour hand, there it is, and everything on there is very legible, very easy to read, which is super important because I find on a lot of these dials with chronograph sub dials that a lot of times they're too small and you can't read them, and if you can't read them there's absolutely no point in them being there. We've also got down here at the 6 o'clock position, we've got the 30 minute dial, which will come into effect as soon as that chronograph hand has done a full circle. And then over here at the 9 o'clock position, we've got the day of the week dial, and as you can see right there, pointing to Friday because it is. So I want to say big points there, absolutely big points to Sicily for coming up with a very legible and clean dial. One of the nicest and cleanest dials I've seen on a watch in a long time. Certainly one of the easiest to read. The glass on this is actually a mineral glass with a sapphire coating. I also don't know if it's got AR coating on there, but I'm going to say that even though we've got the studio light shining on this, the glass on this works very well. It really does well against reflections, and everything is very easy to read. It is a perfectly flat crystal in this. Now the chronograph function on this is a split time chronograph. The first one here starts the chronograph hand, as you can see there, starts to tick away, and then you stop it with this button and then reset it with this one. There you go, pretty simple. Now if you want to do a split time on this, so let's say you've got two people running a race, you press the top dial once they both start, the top pusher. Once the first person crosses the line, you press this pusher again. You press the bottom pusher, which will stop it. Now that is still running in the background. So we record the first person's time, and then we start it again by pressing the bottom pusher. And now it catches up with itself because it was running in the background, and now it's recording, and then as soon as the second person crosses the line, we press the top pusher and record the second time, and then the bottom one to reset. It is a push-pull crown, so not sure on the water resistance. It's got 100 meters of water resistance. I personally wouldn't be taking this, you know, diving or swimming or anything like that. Maybe wear it for washing the dishes, possibly the shower. You just pop it out once, and that allows you to adjust the date, and those click in really well. I also love how the date lines up in that window. It is lined up absolutely perfectly, so big marks there. And then you pull out again to set the time. No play there at all. Very responsive indeed. And then push all the way back in to set it. Now you will notice when crown's all the way out that the second hand has stopped ticking, which means that this watch is hackable. I pushed it back in now, and that also acts as a power saving mode. So this is a quartz watch, so if you want to save on the battery, you just pull this out when you're not wearing it, and it will save up to 70% of the battery life. Moving around to the band on this, we've got a genuine leather band, as you can see right there. There's no other stamping on here, no brand stamping from Sicily watches. It does have some good stitching on there, a faux crocodile kind of finish. Two keepers, one movable, one stitched in place. Time buckle here is good. It's heavy duty, it's brushed stainless steel. Great leather band. It is a little stiff right out of the box, so this is going to take some working in. I did do a video on my channel of how to soften leather straps, and I'll put that link in the description below this video. And we've got a stainless steel screw down case back. As you can see, Swiss made, Chronograph, stainless steel, water resistance to 100 meters. And then we've got the, I believe, the model number of the watch. First of all, the diameter, which is a little bit difficult to measure. Diameter without the crown, that is. We're about 45.5, 46 millimeter diameter without the crown. And then with the crown, we're looking at about a 47.3, 47.5. On the thickness, this is where this watch really becomes a star, because it's only 9 millimeters thick. It's going to sit nice and thin on the wrist. A lug to lug on this, it is a little bit larger on the lug to lug, about a 51.5 lug to lug. And then the lug width on this is going to be 22 millimeters, tapering all the way down to a 17 millimeter band. That's going to go all the way from a 6 3/4 inch wrist on the small side up to about an 8 3/4 inch wrist on the large side. Certainly leaves a lot of room there for different size wrists. And if that isn't going to fit you, then obviously you could just pop this strap off and replace it with another strap. Now, before we get the case back off here and take a look at the movement that's powering this bad boy and get into the specs of the movement, it is time for a beer break. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying the review so far, and I hope you're counting how many times I've said Sicily in the video. There's still some more review to come, so make sure you don't tune away. My channel would not be Beer and Watches without the beer, so today I'm cracking this one. It's Sol beer, and it is a 4.5% alcohol volume, original de Mexico, started in 1899. You can buy this stuff all over the world. It's kind of like a Corona. If you want to check out these beers, you can go to this website right here, sol.com. I'll also put that link in the description below this video. Let's crack it and stack it. Pour the first 2/3 of the beer, and then for the last third, turn the glass upright and pour more vigorously to get a good head on your beer. And that's how it's done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Cheers to each and every single one of you. Let's give it a taste. That is like amber nectar. That's taking me back to when I went to Mexico with my wife and we laid on a beautiful sandy beach and drank beers like this all day long. I absolutely love it. I can't wait until we can all travel again. Anyway, cheers to each and every single one of you. Have a great weekend, guys and girls. Let's dive back into the review and finish up. Now, if you don't have one of these watch repair kits, you should really pick one up. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can get one on Amazon, the exact kit I have. They're really handy. They come with all the tools for removing case backs, doing repairs, changing straps, extra pins, all those things. Let's rotate this and just take the back off here. Is it going to come off? There it is. We're going to take my little spyglass here and we're going to see if we can see what's going on. First of all, the battery there is a 395 watch cell battery, pretty standard. Okay, it says Ronda and no jewels. Right there, it says Swiss Z60, Z60. Now, what I can tell you about the Ronda Z60 movement or Z60 movement, it's a Swiss quartz chronograph movement. As I mentioned, it is hackable. It does have the power saving functions. 50-month battery life on this. Manufactured in Switzerland. Again, 395 cell battery, pretty standard. You can pick those up pretty easily. This is a repairable movement, so it's a great movement. Can be repaired if you have any problems with it. It's good to about -20 plus 20 seconds a month. There are actually two versions of this movement. There's the Swiss made movement, which this one is right here because it's the Swiss R9, but there's also the Swiss parts movement, which is made of Swiss parts but not manufactured in Switzerland. However, this one is manufactured in Switzerland, so all good there. Great little quartz movement, good workhorse, keep going all day long. So let's screw the case back on, let's close this up, and let's get a lume shot to finish up the review. I think that lume is pretty good actually. I mean, it's not a dive watch, it is a chronograph watch, and actually I'm surprised because I knew we got lume on the hour and minute hand and also on the hour markers, but I didn't realize we'd also got a little bit of lume on the chronograph dials as well. As you can see, the second hand ticking away there at the 3 o'clock position, the small second hand, and we've also got lume on the dials at the 6 o'clock and the 9 o'clock position as well. So that's actually kind of cool. And one last thing before we finish up the review of the Sicily chronograph watch. A few people have asked me on more than one occasion if I can weigh the watch, because after all, how much it weighs will tell you whether or not it's going to be comfortable on your wrist, right? So I've got a little micro scale here. We're going to pop it on there and just see how much it weighs. The whole watch there with the strap and everything comes in at 364 grams. So there you have it. That's my full review of the Sicily Forza Chronograph. It is an absolutely beautiful watch, and I know that one of you is going to love owning this watch. Now, if you want to check out the full lineup of Sicily watches, you can go to this website right here, sicilywatches.com. I'll also put that link in the description below this video. Joe's a great guy, and with Sicily watches, he started something really cool. Good luck to each and every single one of you on winning this watch from Sicily Watches. Don't forget, you must be subscribed or you won't be entered, and you also must leave your comment in the comment section below on how many times I said Sicily. All right, so enjoy your weekend, everybody. Don't forget to crack your favorite beer. If you don't drink beer, crack your favorite soda, put on your favorite watch, kick back, relax, and enjoy the weekend, because after all, you've deserved it. And by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, this video is pretty good. Click on that one, and also click on the Beer and Watches logo right there to subscribe. Take care. We'll see you again next Friday for another episode of Beer and Watches. Bye for now.